How you doing, guys? I'm Stan. This is my 1LE. I go by Stan 1LE. The channel, Super Stan. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching this video. We're gonna give a nice overview and review of everything I've done to my car from top to bottom, front to back. We're outside in the great state of Georgia with all our great insects and bugs. So if you hear any strange noises in the background, that's what we got going on. Honestly, there's nowhere else I can do this video without any of this noise because they're everywhere. But let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Alright guys, so also let me reference, it's hot and humid out here. If you see sweat on my shirt, just know it's hot. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get into it. This is my 2017 Camaro SS1LE. It's my pride and joy. I've tracked it since the day it rode off the assembly line. Before it rode off the assembly line, had VIN number, all that stuff. So I love this car to death. I just want to give you guys a quick overview. Maybe not quick, but a good overview of what I've done to my car and everything I've done, because when I first got the car, I didn't have YouTube. So I know there's things that I have on my car that people ask me about, or just things that I put on my car and recently that people ask me about that they haven't been able to see a review or have details on. So this is my video to give details on what you can do to the 1LEs, the SS's, the ZL1s, even i4s and V6s. You can do all this stuff to, mostly you can do all of this stuff to your car in one way or another. So if you're a Camaro person in general, you just want to see the 1LE, or you're just watching this because you have a Camaro or you want a Camaro, a lot of these things you can do yourself. But first, as you'll see, I took the front knobber stretch off. That was one of the, I would say, first modifications I did. Really the first thing I wanted to do when I got the car was protect the car as much as I could, because I knew I wanted to keep the condition as new as possible for as long as I could. So like I said, knobber stretch on the front end, I ordered that I think I ordered that before I got the car. Knobber stretch, or immediately after I got the car. And then it's also ceramic coated. I did it myself. I wouldn't recommend you ceramic coating your car yourself. Pay the money to get the professionals to do it. There are imperfections on my ceramic coat, I will admit it. They have kind of evened out over time, which I'm pretty happy about. And it looks good now, but when I first did it, they're really bad, they're really noticeable, especially in the right light. But like I said, it's kind of evened out now. Add-Ons polished ceramic coat, and it looks good. It's protected the paint for as much as I can see. Other than that, in the lower front grille, we have the 1LE logo. I switched that out from the SS, I don't know, 6 months into ownership. It was always something I wanted to do for the car. So like I said, 1LE front logo, and you have your Zl1 Add-Ons front tow hook. Those are just the quickest and easiest things that people always point out to me, is that tow hook and the 1LE logo. They both stand out. I like the way I did them. The tow hook, people at first, I didn't have my car at the time, but a lot of Camaro guys were doing it. And it was called Ricer or weird, but now it's kind of become a part of the culture, and it is functional. And just to let you guys know, I don't know about all the Camaros, but I know the 1LEs particular and the ZL1s, they put a tow hook in the trunk. So it's not like the tow hook is just foreign to these cars. They're purpose built for the tow hook. They wouldn't have put the mounting point in there if it wasn't a thing Chevrolet thought about. Also on the front end, we have the front lower grille, front upper grille. The front lower grille is the 50th anniversary grille. The SEMA edition, I love that grille. I always have. The regular, I felt like the 1LE needed more, because the regular SS grille is just very plain. It just wasn't doing it for me. So I always knew I wanted to do that to my car in particular. And like I said, the upper grille, I have the flow tie. I was very, very excited when the ZL1s came out with the flow tie, and then also the ZL1 1LEs came standard with it. I had to get it, and I did it all together at once. If you do the front grille change, you can do it at home on your own. It didn't really take any special tools. I watched Lethal Camaro's video on how to take the front bumper off, or it could have been, I believe it was Lethal Camaro. You watch that, you get a good idea what you're doing when you get into it. They're just 2 bolts that are going to give you a headache. They gave me a headache, but once you get past that, you're good. Actually taking off the front bumper isn't that intimidating. I have a video on that as well, so you can go ahead and check that out. I'll put a link somewhere around here. Well, anyway, that's pretty much most of the front end. Underneath the hood, the 6.2 liter not supercharger, 6.2 liter LT1 is untouched. Full warranty. My goal was to ride my warranty for as long as I can. I am a gearhead. I do like horsepower. Luckily for me, I have another vehicle that I have the ability to work on. My 2002 Chevrolet Silverado, which I'll be doing a build series on immediately. So a lot of you guys, if you're watching this and you're here for the truck, we're getting into that. We finalized everything. I moved into the shop with the guys, so we're gonna get into that this week. But like I said, 6.2 liter LT1 untouched. I don't even have a cold air intake. I don't have headers. I don't have cat delete. I don't have E85. None of that stuff. I don't have E85 because there's not even E85 within 20 miles of me. So there's absolutely no reason for me to get E85. By the time I fill the tank up, it'll be halfway empty anyway. So no E85, no tune, no nothing. We put the car on the dyno probably when the car was freshly broken in, once I'd done the break-in period, and it made 417 to the tires and I believe 410 torque. I was actually quite impressed because they're 455 from the factory to the crank. So it wasn't really a 15% drivetrain loss. I think it was a little bit less. I will say the one thing I have done is I put my Corsa Performance Extreme catback exhaust. I had MagnaFlow catback exhaust. This is a Corsa Extreme axleback exhaust. I had MagnaFlow. I wouldn't recommend it. If you're watching this and you want some ideas, do not buy MagnaFlow exhaust. Just heed my warning, do not buy MagnaFlow. Like I said, there are cosmetic changes underneath the hood. I have the fuel rail covers. Thanks to Big Worm Graphics, I actually just got that at Camaro Fest. That was actually a modification that I would never thought of, would have never thought I would get, even if I did see it. And luckily Big Worm Graphics, he was there at Wildhammer Motorsports booth with me, and he allowed me to swap out with him for these new fuel rail covers. Also, we have the Strut braces. We have the covers from Fast Tech Performance that say Camaro SS. They're very clean. Actually dressed up my engine bay a lot at Camaro Fest. I'm very happy about that. We have the Camaro Heritage logo up top on the hood liner. And I have my GM Performance strut tower brace that I painted myself. Not the best, but when you don't look at it too hard, it looks pretty good. So just don't stare. But anyway, like I said, Al Oppenheimer's signature is also in underneath my engine bay, which I have to protect with some good ceramic coating. But like I said, stock LT1, I wanted to ride the warranty as long as I can. After going to Camaro Fest, my buddy Greg with his yellow 10Li, Whipple with his black 10Li with the supercharger, seeing Lethal Camaro's car, after seeing it with the Pro Charger and now seeing it with the Whipple setup, I gotta do something. I really want to build a nasty NA true, just earth-shattering, naturally aspirated motor. But we'll have to see how much that is. The K-Tech package is really nice, but it's really, really expensive. But like I said, that'll be later on down the road. Once I get the truck done or get to a point where I'm very satisfied with the truck, I'll start rolling into the car. Hopefully February, March of next year, I'll be able to really get into this car, probably put a cam in it, fuel system, all that good stuff to get ready for what I might do later on, just depending on which way I go. But we'll jump into the exterior of the car. Once again, dial dynamics turn signals, front and rear, they're black tinted. We have, honestly, I love the side markers. I couldn't think of the name. I love the side markers. They're a good clean change, especially for my car being black. The yellow and the red, or amber and red turn signals and side markers did not look good on my car, but I'm glad that I was able to get these. Dial Dynamic hooked me up not too long ago, because Oracle at Camaro Fest last year wasn't messing with me, so I always remember that. So and Dial's better anyway, so just get Dial, don't get Oracle. Well, anyway, As you can see, one of the most prominent changes I've done to the 1LE is taking off the beloved 1LE wheels and putting on the Avant-Garde M650s on. I actually do love these wheels. It took me a while to get to the point where I didn't want a different set of wheel on. I love the 1LE wheel. I still have the 1LE wheel. No, I'm not selling them, so don't ask in the comments or don't message me. But I still have the 1LE wheels. They will be put back on. I'm just having to, I had to get tires for the car, or front tires. So I have a spare set of tires, even though I think I showed you guys, that still got a little tread in them. I might use that for like a track setup or something. But like I said, swapped out for the Avant-Garde M650s. Great choice. They're the same size and same offset as the original 1LE wheels. Only thing is the front went from a 10-inch or 10.5-inch wheel to a 9.5-inch wheel. That was to eliminate the stretch that the tires were having on the 10.5-inch wheel before. That's on the front. The rear is the exact same. The offset on the front I think is a little bit different. I know it said they're the same, but I believe it's a little bit different. But like I said, wouldn't be able to tell the difference. The tires fit perfectly. I do want to put a 305 in the rear, or not a 305, a 315 or 355 in the rear whenever I get to the point where I'm changing. But honestly, I may never get to that point because the Goodyear F1's Supercar 3s are great tires. I know they're made for this car, so it's just one of those things where why would I change what I know works and what this car is made for? But sometimes it's good to try new things. Like I tried the new wheels and I loved them, so maybe I will try that out. The color, the finish on it is black tint. It is not black. They may look black in the video. They're not black when you see them in person. A lot of people at Camaro Fest are actually giving me compliments, and I know I keep referencing Camaro Fest, but that was the last show I went to. I didn't even go to Caffeine and Octane this morning because I wanted to just chill. But like I said, they're black tint. I'll give you a close-up again of the wheels. As you can see, the lugs are actually black, so you can see the color contrast between the two. When the sun hits these wheels, it's beautiful. That's exactly when I love them the most. I know sometimes I even walk past a car and they look black, especially when that Brembo brake dust gets on it. It's over with. But as we continue to move towards the back of the car, we got my ACS composite side skirts. Quick, easy install. I have a video for that as well. Not too bad. They're just the matte black. I didn't get them painted or anything. I didn't even ceramic coat them, I believe. I just put them on. They work good. They're good because they protect the car from rock chips. I also forgot to mention, I have the Zl1 Add-Ons rear and front and rear side fender extensions. I can't think of the technical name for them right now, but I do have them, and they do stop rock chips. But somehow the car still kicks the rock chips up on the side of the car, and they still hit your car and scrape them up. The extensions, they do help, but putting the side skirt on finishes the whole setup and protection of the idea of stopping rock chips. It finishes it off perfectly, and it looks good while you're doing it. So I would recommend side skirts, ceramic coating, front and rear fender extensions ASAP for any Camaro. Not even just because my car is black, just any color, because the rock chips on here are vicious. These Goodyears, they love rocks. They love any type of debris they can hold on to, especially when they're warm. When they're cold, they still do them, but like I said, when they're warm, they eat it up. As we continue to move towards the back, we'll get to my Zl1 Add-Ons side extensions for the rear. They call them side skirts, side extensions. They're pretty much all the same, but it's just an added touch just to make my car a little unique. My whole idea of the car was to make the car unique without getting too extreme. Small, fine details is always the key to me in modifications of a car. If you can hit those fine details, you'll be golden. But like I said, just small things, small details, they look great. We go to the rear. You'll see my nice Corsa performance tips sitting back there with my rear diffuser, Icon Motorsports rear diffuser that I swapped out. I love this modification to the car. It cleaned up the back, and it gives it a little bit more personality. Like I said, small, clean details. I didn't get a big extreme aero rear extension or anything like that. Just a nice clean rear diffuser. It almost looks factory until you really look at it, and then you see how it hugs the exhaust, and it has the channels for the air to go through. But it looks good. I don't have it on currently, but I also have a Zl1 Add-Ons wicker bill. I'm kind of back and forth on the wicker bill. I bought it when before I even had the car, before the car even showed up to my house or showed up to the dealership. I had the Zl1 Add-Ons wicker bill. I put it on. I like it, but I don't love it. I do like it. It does look good, but it's just not for me. I've always loved the clean, sleek look of the 1LE. So just that rear ducktail or rear spoiler, whatever you want to call it, just how it's clean and low, and it just adds a different effect to the car. I love that. But I do love that Zl1 Add-Ons came out with the black hardware, the new updated black hardware. It makes it very easy and simple to switch it back and forth. And maybe no one's tested it. I probably won't be the guy to test it. But let's say it adds downforce with the wicker bill. I put it on at the track, and I'm good to go. I take it off. I have to put it on during car shows when I'm doing certain types of photo shoots with the car. I will put it on just to add a different look. But it does go on and off. And it's not that I don't like it. I do actually like to have it on. People love it when I have it on. It's just it is interchangeable. You can take it on and off. So why not have the best of both worlds? We'll jump into the interior. I have the Wildhammer Motorsports GM suede dash panel, and I didn't go for the carbon fiber. And I know a lot of people love carbon fiber, but I didn't because my car doesn't have any carbon fiber. The 1LE didn't come with any carbon fiber to start with. So carbon fiber is expensive. They're not always perfect, and it's just not the theme of the 1LE. I wanted to stick to the theme of the 1LE, which was performance based and oriented. And I know carbon fiber is light, but it's just not for me, and it's hard to replace. Like if I would have get the carbon fiber front splitter or side skirts, you break them, it's another $800 for the front splitter. I believe they're charging $1,000 for the side skirts. I'm not doing that, and they do break. At least, I mean, if I break the front one, I can probably find somebody who's selling theirs, and I can buy that for, you know, next to nothing. So that was just my spill on carbon fiber with the 1LEs in particular. Now, if you have a Zl1 1LE, go crazy. If you have a Zl1, I can see why you would want to chase a carbon fiber, because you have a higher upper echelon car. Not to say that this car isn't upper echelon. To me, I believe it is as far as the performance, because it punches so high above its weight. But like I said, no carbon fiber. I will very rarely be adding carbon fiber. I will reference one thing I'm going to do in a little bit. But like I said, Zl1 suede dash panel looks good. I need to get the suede knee bolsters. As well as we have the Pro Clip USA interior, the phone mount. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what I have, but Pro Clip USA phone mount, the anodized red paddle shifters, and as far as the interior, I have my fire extinguisher, but it's pretty simple. I love the way Chevrolet did the interior. Without the interior, I probably would have ended up getting a 5th gen Zl1, but the interior was just miles ahead of what the 5th gen ever thought it could have. So I had to get the 6th gen, and I wanted the 1LE from the beginning. The dealership just had a 5th gen Zl1 on the showroom floor, and it was pretty tempting. Low miles too, but had to stick with the 1LE. But like I said, I am going to get the Wildhammer Motorsports carbon fiber steering wheel with the suede. I know I just said I'm not going to get carbon fiber, but this steering wheel is pretty sweet, and it's not too over the top, and it still keeps the suede Alcantara, and that's the type of stuff I was referencing. If I have the Alcantara dash panel, even though my carbon fiber or my steering wheel has carbon fiber in it, it still matches that dash panel to perfection. It still matches my shift knob to perfection. It still matches the whole suede interior to perfection. That's what I wanted. The carbon fiber on the dash panel, just, it looks good. It's not for me, pretty much. And I'm also going to get the carbon fiber strut tower brace from Wildhammer Motorsports. I love that. My strut tower brace will be for sale. So if you are interested in a strut tower brace for cheap, if you like my paint scheme that I put on it, hit me up. It will be for sale soon. But I believe that's it as far as my 1LE. I can't think of anything else. I got quick side note. I ordered the 1LE floor mats outside of the car, because if I ordered them for Chevrolet, they're going to be $400. I bought them online for $200. I know it's saving 200 bucks, but then I got my Zl1 Add-Ons wicker bill with that extra $200. So if you're ordering your car, keep those things in mind. Look up those small little parts you can order for your car and see how much you can get them online. That way you save money. And I know if you do that a lot, and if you were to really custom build a car, well, the 1LE is very limited. There's only thing you really change was floor mat, PDR, and I believe that was it. There's only 2 options you can really change out because 18 we didn't have the 2SS yet, so just stuff like that. But if you really go in and intricately pick and choose what you want when you order your Camaro or your Corvette or your Malibu, just look that stuff up and just see how much it is online as to relation to how it is ordered from the manufacturer, because sometimes they are a lot cheaper. So like I said, that is my 1LE. Luckily my 1LE has brought me a lot of you guys, a lot of people on Instagram, a deal with Avant-Garde, Jay Leno's Garage, just everything. Meeting all the people that I meet every year at Camaro Fest and throughout the car shows, and people who recognize me on the road, all that stuff. I love you guys. You guys are great. I believe that's it. I can't think of anything else for the car. I'm trying to look at it and maybe see something that I forgot. Like I said, that's it, guys. We'll take a quick walk around with the car as well. Alright, so I also forgot to mention that I have the dark tail lights and the Zl1 1LE dark third brake light. Forgot to mention that. Tail lights from Fast Tech Performance, third brake light from Wild Hammer Motorsports when he first released them. Just wanted to reference that as well because I also forgot. And I have the Gen 5 DIY reverse LED package. Have that as well installed on the car. So I just wanted to reference that too because I almost forgot. You can see the side markers as well. You can't see the fronts because they're kind of covered up. But like I said, you can see the side markers. You can see the front one real quick. Dial dynamics and Zl1 third brake light. Look at those LEDs. See if I can make this third brake light. Probably not because it's a brake light. But anyway, you get the point. I forgot to reference those as well, so there you go. Alright guys, so we're going to do one last quick walk around of the car. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. And now that I think about it, I did. I also have the Mishimoto catch can underneath the hood. You'll see that in some of the clips I'll have. Mishimoto catch can underneath the hood, just for the preservation of the engine, just to keep it nice and healthy. And also I just thought about it too. I have the 1LE badge right here in the rear. That's, you probably can't see too good, but 1LE badge. My 1LE license plate frame that I didn't really think about when I switched this out. So it's 1LE, 1LE, 1LE on the front, stand 1LE on the side. There's a lot of 1LE going on. 1LE on the brakes. But I want people to know what I got. I don't have just a regular SS. But like I said, I believe that's everything for the car. I appreciate you guys for watching. This is my baby. I know she hasn't been on the channel too much, but we'll be back. Like I said, we've been focusing on the truck a lot, and I just wanted to bring the car back to the channel. My camera will focus. There we go. So like I said, I just wanted to bring the car back to the channel. I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, drop a comment. I love talking to you guys in the comments. You guys are great. The channel's growing. It's growing good. I love having you guys on board. The 1LE, like I said, down the road I got plans. I already got ideas. I do have a few quick modifications coming as well, like I referenced. I also found harnesses to get in the car thanks to me and Mine TV. But like I said, I don't want to drag this out too much longer. I appreciate you guys. My name is Stan. This is my 1LE. Everybody have a good day.